point is, for us in Florida, we have been stuck with one of the absolute, if there is one politician, and only one, worst politician in the state of Florida than Debbie Wasserman Schultz, it's Rick Scott.
Voldemort. He is Voldemort.
He's an evil man.
Oh, yeah.
That's simple. And if you want to see just how evil he really is, we're going to entertain you now because
are you going to play that lovely clip of him displaying how ignorant he is?
He is very ignorant, but ignorant to the point of hilarity. But he doesn't stop.
This man doesn't understand what he's talking about. Let me just be clear.
Well, the problem, of course, is that there is a very dangerous hidden message in what Rick Scott is saying. And we'll explain after we play this clip.
Let me give you a travel warning. If you're a socialist, communist, somebody that believes in big government, I would think twice. Think twice if you're thinking about taking a vacation or moving to Florida. We're the free state of Florida. We actually don't believe in socialism. We actually know people. Some people in our state lived under it. We know people lived under socialism. It's not good. It's not good for anybody. So if you're thinking about it, if you think about coming to Florida and you're a socialist or communist, think twice. We like freedom, liberty, capitalism, things like that.
First of all, he did sort of sound drunk. Okay, I want to point that out. Like, he sounded like
he was also reading off of a teleprompter.
It was terrible. But first of all, I'd also like to say, hey, Rick, you already have socialists among you. Hi. Like, what does he think he's going to do? Like, bar people from, like, first of all, Rick, we don't have freedom in our state. Right now, I have no bodily autonomy. So we obviously don't like freedom in Florida. Just saying.
There's socialism, all right. There's socialism for the rich because the rich can't lose. They capitalize.
But he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, what's even worse is that it was clear as day that he was reading off of a teleprompter. He wasn't just winging it.
It sounded like his words were slurring too. He didn't sound right to me. But in any event, he doesn't understand what socialism or communism are. He doesn't understand, clearly.
What he's basically doing as well is he's also threatening people in the same breath. He's basically letting them know that, oh yeah, if you're a socialist in the state of Florida, we're going to come after you. You are in trouble if you don't support our kill or be killed capitalist ways here in the Sunshine State. Because that is his attitude.
Well, it's interesting to me. And I find this, I often talk to people about, how we use these terms. We're constantly throwing out terms and isms and labels, and we really most people do not understand what those things mean. And people like Rick Scott prey on that. So they're going to just use those words. They're just sort of like red flag. It's like putting a red cloth in front of a bull. They're just using incendiary language that they know is but they don't know even if he does know what he's talking about, he's still willing to sit there and use that language to stir up other people. And I really think that right there was somehow like a vote grab in South Florida.
Yeah. I don't know who he thinks he's appealing to.
South Florida. He thinks he's appealing to the Miami-Dade. He's talking to Cuba and Venezuela.
He is, but, leave it to our good friend Nina Turner, who always comes in with a very credible clapback, which of course is, do you have any condemnation for the white supremacists in the state? And as it would stand for somebody like a Rick Scott, for those of you who don't know, Rick Scott is as white elitist as it gets. But he's
the richest member of Congress, right? Or the Senate. He's the richest senator.
I think he's the richest overall. He's worth over $200 million. And his money, for those of you who may know, may not know.
That's blood money.
It's blood money. He made his money through the biggest Medicare fraud scam in the history of the nation. It required him to take the fifth on the stand 75 times when he was prosecuted. And somehow...
he should be in prison. He should be in prison.
He absolutely is a criminal. He was able to get away with it because one of the things about white-collar crime in this country, ladies and gentlemen, is that you can make so much money over the course of your criminal behavior, which, of course, in the case of a Medicare fraud scam, that actually involves killing people. You know, when you're taking people's ability away to get necessary coverage. I mean, I remember seeing an episode of American Greed years ago. One of the worst episodes they ever had to put forward was this doctor who was diluting the potency of cancer medication for his patients, and 8 of his patients ended up dying. Now, this man ended up going to prison for the rest of his life, and rightfully so. But because of the fact that Rick Scott was a cottage industry and was able to make hundreds of millions of dollars, he was basically able to lawyer his way out of going to prison.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.